Those accused of desecrating a synagogue face a judge at 5.
Wade? Why were the lights out?
We had a power outage earlier and we had to close. What are you doing here? Did the party get too dull?
We need to talk.
You know, I'd love to accommodate you, Marilyn, but I've got a franchise to get open and running. So if you'll excuse me, I've got a lot of work to do.
Don't walk out like this.
Like what?
Like you hate me.
I don't hate you. You know that. But I've got to tell you that this is one issue that you and I will never, ever see eye to eye on.
Wanda, I'm sorry that you made the trip for nothing. But Vicky took the kids and went over to Ace's. She felt it might help get her mind off Tina.
What is wrong with Tina?
Oh, I guess you haven't heard. Tina's missing. Brenda McGillis got a call saying that Tina was going to be spending some time and staying with a friend, but Cord thinks that she's being held captive in a lighthouse out on the Jersey coast.
Oh, my Lord. Well, I hope that Cord is home.
Well, so do I. But, anyway, the Coast Guard is checking it out. But until we hear from them, we can't really do anything except just hope and pray for the best.
Well, I certainly empathize with Vicky's feelings. I mean, she is not the only one that's had somebody do a disappearing act.
Interfering fools! You just signed your own death warrants by coming here.
Ursula, come on, let her go. Let Tina go before it's too late.
It's already too late. Nobody's getting out of here. That bomb is set to explode in 50 seconds. You couldn't even make it down the stairs. Heart rate, run! You save yourself! Save yourself! Stop!
Sam, will you let her go?
Get back!
I hope it stays quiet around here like this. I don't mind doing ER, but I have a double tomorrow, Larry.
Oh, boy.
Here you go. Let me get some more of this stuff out of here.
Ah, look who's here.
Hi, Larry. Hi, Brenda.
Hey.
Steve, how you been? I haven't seen you in a while.
Oh, I've been feeling really great. Thanks, Larry. Brenda, I talked to the nurse outside, and she says that you're in here, and I was wondering if you're due for a break soon.
Well, I don't think I can leave Larry. He needs me.
No, it's all right.
Larry.
I'll be out there.
Thanks. Thanks, Larry.
What's the matter with you? You look upset. Is it Gabrielle or what?
Yeah, I just had it out with her again. She won't budge on that alimony. She leaves me no choice, Brenda, but to make a very difficult decision. And that's what I want to talk to you about.
What have you decided to do?
I'm going to fight her all the way. That means counter-filing on charges of adultery against her and Max.
I'm sorry. I was hoping it wouldn't come to this, but it
Yeah,
has.
I know. I am not looking forward to having this in the public view. Another thing, too.
What?
I'm not sure that I can keep your name out of all this.
Why would my name be brought into anything?
Because Gabrielle is not blind, and I'm sure she can see how I feel about you. She's bound to bring counter charges of adultery against you and me.
You know what?
What?
Kind of wish we had. But I think it's good that we put off that impulse until this divorce business is settled, right?
Yeah, I am too. But listen, Gabrielle may take a chance and drag you into court anyway.
Well, let her. I'll just tell the judge the truth, and he can decide who's a liar and who's not.
You know,
What?
you are a pretty terrific lady. You know that?
Well, it's pretty easy when I have someone to be terrific for.
Brenda, sorry.
Okay.
I really have to get this inventory
Hey,
done.
listen, Larry, that's okay. I gotta run.
Okay, thanks.
Well, just hang in there. Take care, okay?
I will. And who knows, if I get lucky, maybe I'll win this one.
Yep.
You look a little worried about him.
Can you tell me something, Larry? Why is it that the bad people in this world have to make it so difficult for decent people like Steve just to get on with his life, you know?
Mr. McGovern, I am not paying you exorbitant amounts of money for you to produce evidence as shabby as this.
Well, I'm sorry, Mrs. Holden, but, I've been following your husband and his chippy around for 3 days now. Can I help it if their idea of a good time is as a picnic overlooking the city?
All right, well, what about this picture? The one where Steve is kissing Brenda in front of the motel. Couldn't you have hung around till later and watched what happened when they went inside?
Would have been a waste of time. They stayed in separate rooms. Nah, no matter how you cut it, these two have been squeaky clean ever since I started tailing them.
Well, be that as it may, I don't want photographs of a church picnic. What I need is something to really put against Steve so that I can get the alimony that I deserve and want.
Yeah, I know what you need, but sometimes the parties in question don't cooperate. That's why I took the liberty of arranging for these.
What is it?
It's a set of glossies you might find a little more to your liking.
What's this?
It's a letter from Gilbert. Well, go on. Go on, read it. He left this for me in the kitchen after the lunch shift. He left it, and then he just took off. Can you imagine that?
Well, from the sounds of this, he feels that you don't need him anymore.
Well, where would he get such an idea?
Well, he says here that you and Charlie are working so well together, he feels that he should just, fade out of your life.
Well, that's ridiculous. I mean, Charlie makes big business decisions very fast. And sometimes he's a little bit pushy, but that is no reason for Gilbert to feel incompetent just because he moves at a snail's pace.
Is that any reason for you to ignore him?
I have never ignored Gilbert.
That's not what he says in the letter.
Well, I have to find him. I mean, what if something happens to him?
Well, now, wait a minute. I don't think you have to worry about old Gilbert. I mean, he can survive on his own. And like he says right here, once he gets settled in somewhere, he'll get in touch with you.
Well, but that might be too late. I mean, I want him to know what an important part of the team he is.
Well, Wanda, I'll tell you what. I don't think that this really has all that much to do with teamwork or franchises or really anything to do with the business.
Well, sure it does. That's what it says in the letter.
No, Wanda, you're not reading between the lines. I think you've missed the point here. This has to do with Gilbert's feelings. His feelings for you. Well, that's why he feels slighted. I think you've been spending more time thinking about Charlie in the business than you have about Gilbert.
I never really thought about it that way.
Well, maybe you should think about it that way. Because frankly, I think Gilbert's right. Yeah, I think Gilbert's right. You've changed. Now, why don't you just read this again, carefully, and maybe it'll help you get your priorities straight.
Oh, I beg your pardon, sir, but a call just came in from the Coast Guard. They said that Lieutenant Carver's boat has safely reached the lighthouse and that they're currently investigating Cord's report, sir.
Oh, thanks, Heron. Well, now maybe we'll get a handle on whether she's actually out there or not.
Don't move. Drop that gun. I said drop that gun or I'll kill her right now.
Rick, what the hell are you doing?
You said it yourself, Ursula. We'll all be dead once the bomb explodes. So I've got nothing to lose by calling your bluff.
I'm not bluffing. I swear I'll kill her.
You don't want to kill Tina. You don't want to kill anybody. Just drop the gun.
Tina, get out of the way! I won't let you kill innocent people!
Stop! Shoot!
Tina, easy, oh my God, Tina!
There's only 10 seconds left. Stand back. Hit the deck! Cord! Get out! You all right, Lieutenant? Yeah, still shaking up. Cord, you okay? Cord, there's nothing we can do for up here. We gotta get down to the base of the lighthouse.
God, Tina.
Yeah, Cord, you gotta pull yourself together. We gotta get Tina to the hospital. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Move. Down there.
Wade, we can work this out. I know we can.
Yeah? How?
Well, to start with, I want to apologize for being so insensitive to you tonight at the party. I never should have lied to Lolly DeVore about you opening up a fancy restaurant.
Then why did you?
I guess I just wanted to fit in. You know, play the game by their rules.
Whose rules?
Wade, I'm an actress now. And my fans don't want to know that I lead a normal life. They want glamour and fantasy. I just have to learn to play the game.
Why should you have to play any games? Do you know something? You should have told that busybody Lolly, what's her name, that you can go take a hike.
You don't understand. What the press says about me can make or break my career. I just have to learn to twist the truth a little better so that I don't make anyone upset in the process. And I make the press happy.
Oh, my God, I don't believe this. I want to put this all down on tape so later I can make you listen to what you're saying.
What did I say?
Basically, that you're ashamed of your husband and what he's chosen to do with his career, life.
That's not true.
Mary Lynn, you said it. You want glamour. You want fantasy. You want to fit in with your movie star's friends, but you can't unless you lie about your husband and the fact that he happens to be blue collar.
Wade, that isn't what I said. You weren't listening to me, were you?
Yes, I was listening to you, and your message came in loud and clear.
No, it didn't. You only heard what you wanted to hear.
You know, I've got some work to do. Good, hard, honest work. And before this turns into an all-out battle, I think we should consider our little talk closed for the evening.
Mr. McGovern, I don't know what you are after, but I find pornography quite offensive. So why don't you put these back underneath the rock that you found them in?
Oh, not so fast now. Don't you want to take a closer look at them?
Look, I think you are carrying this game a little too far.
It's no joke. Trust me. No. And these are not your ordinary run-of-the-mill French postcards either. Now, what do you see?
I see exactly the same thing as I saw before. A man and woman in bed doing God knows what.
Mm-hmm. Now, check out the sign over the window. Can you make it out?
Overlook Motel.
Mm-hmm. Now, let's look again at the photograph of Steve and Brenda outside her motel room. Can you see the sign in the background?
Overlook Motel. Yes, but these two, they're not Steve and Brenda.
What? Well, then who are they?
Well, I don't know who they are. It's hard to tell who it is. The faces aren't clear.
And neither will the judge. Huh? Hey, don't you get it? You see, here we got a cozy little photo essay. Steve and Brenda and the day they spent together. Then after the kissing scene, we insert these. Now, while the judge is going through the photographs in sequence, he naturally develops a mental image of our dynamic duo. And then, by the time he gets to the naughty parts, he just naturally projects this mental image onto the obscured faces of these two.
Well, I take my hat off to you. You're quite a genius.
Thank you.
One question, though.
Yeah, shoot.
Who are these two in the photos?
A couple of porno actors I dug up to complete the drama that Steve and Brenda didn't.
Well, it'll certainly work. It's just exactly what I need. It'll do fine.
Not so fast. See, this is the set of photos that you paid for. And this is mine.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. This doesn't work without that set.
Yeah, well, glad you realize that. It saves me the trouble of explaining it to you.
right. How much?
$2,000.
What? $2,000 for a couple of smutty pictures?
Hey, these are professional actors here. I incurred a lot of overhead just trying to get these
It
shots.
sounds like highway robbery to me.
I mean, look at it this way. You gotta spend money to make money. I mean, we're talking about your future financial security here.
Very well. My case will be totally useless without it.
2 big ones, right?
Two big ones.
Hi, guys. Left your favorite dinner, burgers and mac and cheese.
Hey, this isn't our usual macaroni and cheese.
Nope, it's Velveeta shells and cheese, and you're gonna love it.
How come, Dad? Oh, thank you, Heaven. And you promised that you would let me know as soon as you hear word one from Tina. Good
Yes.
night.
And don't forget what I told you. Now, you drive carefully. It's raining out there. All right. Now what?
I'm sorry to bother you, Mr. B. May I come in?
Yes. Oh, wait a minute. You just missed Wanda.
Oh, wait a minute. I know. I saw her car out front. That's why I came back to the terrace. I figured she'd come looking for me as soon as she got my letter. I was going to spend the night in the men's shelter, but then I figured that's the first place Wanda would look, as well as checking out all the hotels in town. So if it's not too much trouble with you and Mrs. B, I was wondering if I could move back into the gardener's cottage for a while.
Of course you can.
Oh,
sure.
Thank you.
Oh, Gilbert, I gotta ask you one question. Why the big dramatic exit from the Heavenly Hash?
Well, Mr. B, I wanted to teach Wanda a lesson. Lately, she's gotten so taken up with Charlie's schemes and making money that she's lost all sight of what's really important in life, like caring and having compassion for your fellow man.
Yeah, she has changed.
Well, hopefully she'll come to her senses before Charlie ruins her with his greed and ambition.
You settled in.
Okay, thank you, Mr. B.
Hello.
Clint, it's me, Rafe. Is Vicky there with you?
No, she's not, Rafe. She's over at Ace's. Why? Did you find Tina?
Yeah, look, I think you should pick Vicky up and get over to the hospital right away.
The hospital? What? Rafe, is she all right?
Yeah, she was at the lighthouse, just like Cord suspected. She was being held prisoner by Ursula Blackwell. When we went in to rescue her, Ursula's father tried to knock Ursula out the window. Unfortunately, Tina went down with him.
Oh, my God. Rafe, is she,
Now, it's a miracle, but she survived the fall. Look, she's pretty banged up, and there's no guarantee she's going to make it through the night. I think you and Vicky should get here as soon as possible.
Fine, Rafe, fine. We're on our way.
How is she, Larry?
She's in shock. Yeah, but is she gonna make it, Larry? Look, I don't know. It's too early to tell. Preliminary examination shows there's some internal bleeding. We've got to get in there and stop that.
Hey, Larry, this arm is broken.
Let me check that out.
How in the world did she survive a fall like that?
When we got down to the beach, we found Tina lying unconscious on top of Ursula's body. It seems that when she hung on to Tina, that Ursula cushioned her fall when they both hit the ground.
Well, Ursula's alive now, but I don't think she's gonna make it.
What about her father?
He didn't make it. We found his body lying nearby.
Listen, Brenda, I want to do an EEG on her before we take her up to OR.
Yeah, sure. Cord, she's gonna make it.
Damn, I feel so frustrated just sitting here not being able to do a damn thing.
Cord, there's nothing more he can do for her right now. It's up to the doctors and the man upstairs.
Excuse me, Captain Garrison. I got to get back on duty. I wondered if I might catch your ride back to Jersey.
Yeah, it's no problem. I'll arrange for it. Are you going to be okay?
Yeah. All right, let's go. Come on, let's get her out there. Come on, let's go. Carefully, Ivy. All right.
Oh, Lord. Please. Spare this woman, huh? Don't take her away from her little boy, from her family. From me.
Both my parents came from sisters.
Hey, Cord. Hi.
Oh, Brandon, must have dozed off.
Yeah, no wonder you were here all night.
What time is it?
8.
How's Tina doing?
She's still in the operating room. But they're just about to finish up with her, and she was stable through the whole operation, and that's a really good sign.
So what does that mean? That means she's gonna be all right?
Well, I won't know the prognosis until after the operation, but, well, she has a broken arm, and she has some cracked ribs, and she has some internal bleeding.
Did you get a chance to tell Vicky and Clint about this?
Yeah, they camped out outside of the operating room, so I stopped off on my way over here. Cord, I owe you an apology.
For what?
Because I knew about Tina's pregnancy and I should have been truthful with you earlier. I mean, I don't think that she'd be in that operating room right now if I told you.
Brenda,
I know you don't think that I should blame myself, but Cord, I do. I sensed that something was wrong and I should have told you about it so that you could have gone and rescued her sooner. And I just don't think this tragedy would have happened, and I'm sorry.
Cord, Tina came through the surgery. She's in recovery. What does that mean? She's gonna be all right? She's gonna be better? Well, yeah, she's got a long road to recuperation, but as far as her life is concerned, she's out of danger. Oh, boy, thanks, Larry. That's the best news you could have given me.
Oh, Larry.
Well, I'm sorry. There's some bad news to go along with the good news. I'm sorry, Cord. She lost the baby. Oh. Does Tina know yet? No, not yet. I thought I'd wait till she got to her room. Oh. Listen, when you go in to tell her, would it be all right if I went with you? Of course, sure.
She is so lucky to have somebody who cares as much about her as you do, Cord.
Come on. We'll go.
Morning, Wanda.
Good morning.
Charlie in the kitchen?
No, Charlie is sleeping late. I think he probably had a little too much partying last night.
Great. I'm working against the deadline to trying to get my place open, and he's sleeping on the hangover.
Hey, easy, easy. I think something or somebody beside Charlie is ruffling your feathers.
Yeah. Mary Lynn and I had a huge fight last night.
About what?
About how our involvement in Fraternity Row is making her a completely different person. Last night, she tells a newspaper woman a lie. She told her I was opening some fancy new restaurant instead of just a burger place.
Why would she do that?
I guess now that she's a star, impressing her new friends is a lot more important than loving her husband. You know, it's like her whole perspective on life has been completely turned around. Her priorities are all in the wrong place.
Well, I could relate to that.
What?
Nothing. You just relax. And I'm sure that Mary Lynn will come around. She'll be fine.
I hope so. I guess I've just got to concentrate on my work. Which reminds me, my painters canceled on me at the last minute, so I got to do the whole thing myself. Do you have any time? Could you come over and just a few coats of paint? That's all.
Sorry. Let me tell you, with Charlie sleeping in and Gilbert with his disappearing act, I'm lucky I was able to open for breakfast. Now I got to get these doors open, everything set up by noon.
Wait. What'd you say about Gilbert disappearing?
I really don't want to discuss that with you if you don't mind. Excuse me.
Sure.
Hi. I was hoping I'd find you here.
What's up?
First of all, my name is Christine.
I'm Wade Coleman.
Second of all, I want you to congratulate me.
You got the job at the Banner on photography.
No, bombed out miserably. Isn't that great news?
When Mr. B called from the hospital a little while ago, he said it would look like Tina would pull through.
Oh, thank God for that. It was all so horrible.
Oh, it certainly was. You know, Mary Lynn, you can't take anything in this life for granted. When the man upstairs says it's time to call it quits, that's it. Believe me, I've been without a home and someone to care for. When you find both, you gotta hold on to them with all your might.
You know, it's amazing how something like this can open up your eyes to something you've only been staring at but not really seeing.
That's been Wanda's problem. She's forgotten what's really important in this life.
I'm afraid she's not the only one.
Oh?
Wade and I had a terrible fight last night at the party about how I'm so taken in with all the glitz and glamour of being on fraternity row. He says that I'm neglecting him and that I'm ashamed of what he's been doing with his life.
Are you?
No, of course not.
Well, I know that Wade's getting his franchise to open next week. Have you been down there to give him a hand or at least an encouraging word?
No, not really. I haven't had the time.
Then I suggest you take the time, Mary Lynn. I mean, he's your husband. Oh, I don't mean you should give up wanting to have a career of your own, but you should be there to support the man you love and who loves you. That's what it's all about.
You're right. You're right. Nothing should come before my marriage. What Wade and I have will last a lot longer than any old TV show.
That's the spirit.
I sure am glad I saw you working out in the garden, or we wouldn't have had a chance to have this talk. Thank you very much, Gilbert. Mwah.
Mary Lynn.
Yes?
Off to see Wade?
I sure am. I'm gonna stop by the franchise on my way to the studio and start making good on my wedding vows. Thanks.
If you lose control and eat an entire Sara Lee chocolate cake, you're gonna hate yourself.
Wait a minute. I could have sworn that you just asked me to congratulate you about blowing a job interview.
I did.
I don't get it. You told me you were a shoo-in. How come you're so happy about being rejected?
I needed some of the cockiness knocked out of me. I didn't even realize it until it happened. I'm never going to get anywhere in this profession if I go around with the attitude that all I have to do to get a job is to show up on some editor's doorstep.
There's nothing wrong with a little positive thinking.
Oh, come on, Wade. I definitely owe you an apology for the way I behaved. I'm sorry. I'm really not that conceited.
I never thought you were that conceited.
Thanks. I guess I was just psyching myself up for the interview, and I was using you as a sounding board.
No problem. So what happened with it?
Well, the guy looked at my work, and he liked what he saw, but he thought my portfolio lacked variety.
So?
Well, when you do a newspaper, you have to do sports and cake sales and theater, and he didn't think I had enough experience. I said, if you hire me, it will work, and he said no dice, so...
That's right. They all want you to have experience, but none of them want to give it to you.
I know. It's catch-22, no matter how you look at it.
So what are you going to do now?
I've got to go back to Wilmington and work on a new portfolio and come back and knock their socks off.
Hope you're not going to hitchhike this time, huh?
No. Sworn off my hitchhiking days for good, which means I've got to earn the money to afford the bus fare so I can head back home.
So you're still short on cash?
Uh-huh.
I told you before, I know a way I can help you get that cash.
Good morning, Steve. Come in.
Thank you.
Can I get you some coffee?
No, thanks.
How about some tea? I can put the kettle on.
Look, I am not here to have a fireside chat with you, okay?
Then why are you here?
I think you know why. To put a little bit of common sense and reason into our divorce proceedings.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. As I see it, I think I'm being perfectly reasonable.
Are you kidding? With the amount of alimony that you're asking for?
Believe me, it is hardly enough compensation for the mental cruelty that you put me through.
And what about the mental cruelty that you put me through, huh? Do you honestly think that any judge is going to overlook the fact that you slept with my brother?
Right out of this.
Why? He's the whole reason we're getting a divorce.
Oh, no, he's not. The fact that Max and I slept together that night is only a drop in the ocean of indifference that you have been drowning me with since we got married.
How can you say that? You always came first. Everything I did for you.
Oh? Let's see exactly what did you do for me. You dragged me out to some godforsaken ranch, condemned me to a life of isolation and loneliness just so that you could follow this false imaginary dream of yours to become a successful rancher.
And that's going to be your case for mental anguish? Your inability to stand by your own husband and start a new life together?
A life I never wanted. Or have you conveniently forgotten that you never consulted me about buying that ranch? You just announced it.
Damn it, Gabrielle, now let's not throw up a smokescreen here. The issue now is you and Max, and the fact that you're going to force me to charge you with adultery just to put an end to these ridiculous requests for alimony.
I never forced you into doing a single thing. If you choose to make this into a battle royale, that is your decision,
Look, Gabrielle,
not mine.
Please, just think. Will you think about the consequences of what you're saying? If I am forced to countersue you with adultery, there's going to be a scandal that all of us are going to have to live with for the rest of our lives, especially little Al.
Don't you bring my son against me in this. Do you hear me? Just leave him out of this.
No, Gabrielle, you leave him out of this because I swear that if you don't drop this, I will charge you with adultery. And then your son will grow up knowing exactly what kind of mother he is.
Oh, just get out. Get out of my life. What are you standing there? I told you to get the hell up.
Know the way I feel about you, oh, it still can make me blush. I like to spend some time listening to the hush of a morning full of promise, fresh as it can be. That's the good to the last drop, live in the Maxwell house, only Maxwell house. That's the good to the last drop, live in the Maxwell house and me.
Oh, you're looking at a broken peanut. All I ever wanted was to get into a Fifth Avenue candy bar so I can be irresistible. But they don't want peanuts. They want peanut butter. Crunchy layer after layer of peanut butter smothered in Hershey's pure milk chocolate. Oh, it'll be a grind, but I'm gonna do it. After all, it's Hershey. It's Fifth Avenue.
What was that for?
I stopped by the franchise on the way over here, and it looks terrific. And I want you to know how proud I am of you, and that I will be there at the end of the week for the opening.
Great. Why all this sudden interest in Angel Burgers?
I've been doing a lot of thinking, and I realize that you are the most important thing in my life.
What about Fraternity Row?
It's just a job. You're my husband, and I love you. And I think it's time that I stopped thinking about me and started thinking about us.
You really mean that?
Yes, I do. And from now on, you are going to have my full love and support at home, at work, anytime.
Good. Oh, listen. Speaking of support, I need your help over at Angel Burgers today.
Oh, right now?
Yep, my painter's canceled at the last minute, and I need all the extra help I can get.
Well, wait, you know that I would love to, but I have a taping today.
Oh. Yeah, it must have slipped my mind.
It's a very important sequence.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. It's probably another love scene with Todd, right? We wouldn't want to deny your fans any more cheap thrills, would we?
Wait, come on, don't take it like that.
Like what?
Okay, Wade, ready whenever you are.
Great.
Hi.
Christine, this is my wife. Mary Lynn, this is Christine Cromwell.
Nice meeting you.
Likewise.
Christine's my new assistant.
Oh, I see.
You ready to roll?
Yeah.
Good.
Wait, I need to talk to you.
Yeah, well, we have a lot of work ahead of us, and you need to be at the studio, don't you?
Yes, but I still want to talk
Well,
to you.
then we'll do it when I get home tonight. We've got a busy day ahead of us. Ready to go?
Right behind you, boss.
Great.
Nice meeting you.
Same here.
Tina? Tina? Tina, honey, there's someone here who'd like to see you.
Cord.
Yeah. How you feeling?
What happened?
You, took a shortcut out of that lighthouse.
Yeah, the tower. Oh, and the bombs, thank God you're alive.
Yeah, I'm alive and kicking. Don't worry about me.
What about the others?
Ursula is in critical condition.
And Cornelius?
He's dead.
He was such a good man. He really tried to help me. He did.
I know.
Well, and Rafe?
Rafe's just fine. I tell you, I wouldn't be sitting here right now if it weren't for him having the presence of mind to pick up that bomb and just toss it out the lighthouse.
Why does it hurt so much when I breathe?
You've had a couple of cracked ribs, broken arm. There was also some internal bleeding, which we managed to stop. You're going to be in some discomfort for a while, but I'm happy to say you will recover very nicely.
What about the baby?
Tina, I'm sorry. The shock to your system was just too much to sustain the child.
I lost the baby.
Yeah.
I don't know why I want to cry, but I do. I guess God made that big decision for me, didn't he? I don't know, it just feels like when there was life inside of me, now there's nothing.
Yes, yeah. Listen, Tina, you go ahead, you cry. Lord knows you have been through so much these past few months. You just let it all out.
I just don't understand why so many people had to suffer because of one man.
I don't know, Tina. All I do know is that I thank God that you survived.
And thank God it's over.
Yeah. Pretty soon all this will be just a bad memory.
I'm never gonna forget what you did for me.
Wish I could have done more.
You already are.
What?
Just being here with me. Because that's what I need more than anything right now, is to just have you here. Right beside me.
Oh.
Who are you? What are you doing with that pillow? Stop it. I can't breathe. That perfume. I recognize it. Oh, who are you? Why are you doing this? I can't move. I can't breathe. Stop it.
Oh, my God! What am I doing? Oh, Steve, please forgive me. I'm sorry. Oh, darling, you have no idea what I've been through these last few months. Oh, my God. I didn't know what I was doing. I really thought that this was the only way to end the nightmare that we've all been living. I never meant to hurt you. Why are you looking at me like this?
You were the one in the hospital with the pillow. My God, it was your perfume. I remember.